Happiness! It's almost too big a topic to even discuss. I mean, all of our decisions, all of our thoughts, all of our actions in our whole lives come down to this one question. Am I happy? In this video, we're gonna show you how to stay positive and happy consistently by using 4 happiness habits. Come on. There are 2 very contradictory sides to happiness. One side is incredibly personal. It's what you like. It's about your purpose, and it's about your unique gifts that you can bring to the world. That part is incredibly hard to study because that part is the authentic, unique you. The other side is collective. It's what we need as human beings. It comes down to our nature. It comes down to being a person. It comes down to what psychologists call basic human needs. That's what positive psychology is. It's the study of what we need to feel fulfilled. It's the study of how, we do this human experience thing to the best of our ability. It's about achieving happiness as a life purpose, and that is completely studyable. So what they found is 40% of your happiness, of anybody's happiness, comes down to your decisions, choices, and the actions that you make in your life. The other 60% is genetic or based on external factors, but I say that's debatable. You have so many genes in your body that the combination of them are almost infinite in possibilities. And we don't really understand genetic expression yet. Plus, studies done on people that have encountered great hardships, like even becoming a paraplegic, show that after 6 months, their happiness levels pretty much level out to the same place that they were before the accident. And other findings show dramatic causal connections to the patterns in your life that you have complete control over. So although external factors can be a wonderful benefit to your life or, terrible tragedy, their effects are temporary. And what we're going to talk about is how to affect your happiness levels permanently. Causal factors that scientists have found are totally linked to your overall sense of life satisfaction and happiness levels. And we have hacked all 4 of these aspects into very simple habits that will deliver real happiness results to you simply and easily. So the 4 aspects, according to research, are as follows. Number 1, the longest study on happiness ever done came out of Harvard. This study lasted 80 years. There are only 16 participants still alive today, and they're in their mid-90s. What the longest study on happiness found is that the number 1 correlative trait between all of the people that reported high levels of life satisfaction and happiness is relationship. That's right. Having loving, supportive relationships, regardless of any other circumstance, trumped every other factor to deliver true lasting happiness to these people. Number 2, money can't buy happiness, but having enough certainly can. The National Library of Science reported that happiness levels increased in direct correlation with how much money people made as it increased up to $75,000 a year. And after that, the effect of having money on happiness was capped out, leaving scientists with the understanding that Having enough money is definitely necessary to your overall happiness, but having more than enough doesn't have any correlative. Number 3, the most powerful indicator of mental health is exercise. That's right, exercise increases your mood. They're not quite sure why, but it does. One of the most interesting factors of the exercise studies is that in literature reviews, which means big overarching research done on all the research, found that it isn't just mood that exercise increases, it actually increases your mental agility. So what they call your executive function, which is memory, your ability to work through problems and make really impactful, positive decisions in your life, is dramatically affected by how much you exercise. And number 4, now this one really surprised me. They found that socializing is super important to how happy you are. Now, does this sound like number 1? It's not. We're not talking about close personal relationships with family and loved ones. We're talking about socializing with strangers or acquaintances. We've known for a long time that strong ties are integral to overall happiness, but recently we've been finding that weak ones are just as important. Does this all make sense to you? Sure it does. The reason I started Uproots Wellness is because I kept hearing all of this really wonderful advice. Oh, you need relationships, you need to be more social, you need to exercise, you need to have enough money to be happy. But nothing was showing me how. I mean, what about people with social anxiety and low self-esteem? How are they supposed to go out and just socialize? What about people with issues with intimacy and, communication? How are they supposed to go out and create meaningful bond? What about people who are having, the wrong mindset? They're super negative or can't, think critically enough to make the right decisions or are having strong emotional reactions. How are they supposed to get $75,000 a year? And what about people who don't have the motivation or the willpower to stay the course with exercise? Can somebody tell us how? We need steps, not just advice. We need inspiration. We need motivation. And we need a plan. So myself and the Uproots Wellness team broke down all 4 of these aspects into little teeny bite-sized pieces. Then we developed a method on precisely how to develop these traits in order to achieve the bigger goals. 1, professional development. If you want to have enough money to be comfortable, you need to have the right mindset. You need to be able to think objectively. And you need to be able to make good decisions. Number 2, if you want to get out there and create those social bonds, and meeting people on the fly, and getting to know them that are so necessary for overall happiness, you need to know your self-worth, to know your values, to have good boundaries, and to feel body positive. You need to have self-respect. Number 3, if you want to have those loving and supportive relationships that were the number 1 factor, the causal relation to happiness in the longest study ever done, then you need to have good communication skills. You need to be open. You need to heal some of the hurts from the past, and you need to have the courage to care for other people. And most importantly, you need to develop the love to care for yourself. Number 4, if you want to exercise and have that kind of fitness level, you need holistic health and wellness. There are 6 facets to being in your ideal body, to being health and well, that I have already covered in other videos, so I won't go back into them now. But basically, what I will tell you is that you can't just go out and exercise a bunch and feel fantastic if the rest of your health and all of the different areas in your complete wellness aren't looked after too. Health is holistic. So how do we take care of all of these aspects? How do we, tackle all of these different parts inside of ourselves that need our attention in order for us to get happy? Well, we found one powerful tool, and it's probably going to surprise you. There is one potent force that will put you in the power position over any of the obstacles that might stand in your way to getting happy and allow you to rise to any of the challenges. Get ready for this. Gratitude. That's right, gratitude. scientifically proven to give you the strength to come up against any challenges that come up in your life and give you the force to develop all of these positive traits. Gratitude practice is the most potent force to achieve happiness and develop all these skills. Plus, it makes you happy immediately. I know, right? It blew my mind too. To think thankfulness, this most benign trait, is so powerful. If you think gratefulness is weak, think again. It will grind up even the dirtiest, darkest outlook and pulverize it. Permanent. That's right. It's so effective that Berkeley scholars have developed a gratitude curriculum. That's right, they have a gratitude school. And we use the curriculum to develop powerful methods that you can practice anytime, super easily. Yeah, you can get some of that gratitude today because we're giving it away for free. This soft, seemingly benign trait was positively associated by the Berkeley scholars with emotional relief. That's right. No more bad decisions, no more self-sabotage and critical thinking. Yeah, no more reactionary impulses and increased motivation. No more giving up on a big goal right after you start. Plus positive emotions, connections, and life satisfaction. That's right. It makes you happy. So what is happiness to you? What's your happiness archetype? Which of these traits do you need to develop? Take the quiz and get your free gratitude practice on us today. Link in bio. Hit like for more of these videos and don't forget to subscribe. What?